Most people never live their own lives. They live the life expected of them, a pre-written script whispered by family, society, and fear. They chase milestones not because they desire them, but because they dread the silence that follows if they don't. Jung saw this early. He called it the great illusion of modern man, that to be accepted was to be alive. But the soul cannot breathe in imitation. It demands danger. It demands solitude. It demands the truth that no one else can give. If you've ever felt that quiet resistance inside you, stay. This is a story about those who refuse to give up their true self. Every life begins with a mask. We learn how to be likable, efficient, proper, to hide the chaos that makes us human. Jung called this mask the persona, the fragment of ourselves we show to the world. For a time, it protects us. But protection easily turns to prison. The longer we wear the mask, the more we forget the face beneath it. The tragedy of the ordinary life is not that it's simple, but that it's lived entirely in costume. If this voice resonates with you, subscribe to Literary Exile. Each week, we explore the unseen architecture of the human soul. Inside each person lives another life, the one they avoided, denied, or postponed. The life that appears in dreams, in brief flashes of envy, in the moments before sleep when one realizes they are not where they were meant to be. Jung wrote, "What you most need will be found where you least want to look." The unlived life hides there, not in new goals, but in old wounds, not in success, but in confrontation with the unknown self. Comment below. What part of your own life still feels unlived? Sometimes naming it is how the descent begins. To live one's own life is not an ascent, but a descent into what has been rejected, feared, or forgotten. Jung's term was individuation, the long, secret work of reconciling all that one is. It begins when the mask cracks, when ambition loses its meaning, when the life that looked successful feels suddenly counterfeit. That's when the descent begins, a quiet rebellion against the myth of the ordinary. It is not glamorous. It's the slow undoing of illusions, the humbling of ego, the return to inner dialogue. If this descent feels familiar, you're not alone. Join the growing circle of readers and wanderers. Subscribe and walk the inner path with us. Out of that descent emerges something rare, a person who belongs not to society, but to themselves. Jung saw this as a rebirth, the moment when one's external life finally begins to mirror their inner truth. Most will never attempt it. The cost is too high. You lose certainty, approval, and belonging. But what you gain is something society can't manufacture. Meaning. You're already part of the few who seek meaning over comfort. Let this video remind you, the work of the soul is never wasted. The phrase, ordinary life, is itself a myth. There is no such thing as an ordinary soul. There are only ordinary refusals. To suffer, to see, to grow. Jung's message wasn't to escape the world, but to live within it without forgetting your depths. To build a life that breathes from the inside out. Because the opposite of ordinary is not extraordinary, it is authentic. In the end, Jung's work leads back to silence. The silence where the masks fall away and the unlived life begins to speak. If you listen long enough, you may hear something beneath the noise of ambition, your own myth, waiting to be lived. And perhaps then, the ordinary life will reveal itself for what it truly was. Not a curse, but an invitation. For those who've begun to feel the weight of imitation, remember, the descent is not failure. It's initiation. Subscribe to Literary Exile and continue walking the path of the inner life.